Greetings gamers, I'm your cyber games mentor, reviewing various games that are available on your Android or other mobile device. We'll be looking at action games, strategy games, and everything in between. So sit back and relax and enjoy the review. Today we're playing on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Plus. Now this tablet has a 12.4-inch Quad HD screen. The processor is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 with 8 GB of RAM, 256 GB of storage. The battery is a 10,900 milliamp hour battery, and it was released in 2022. Hey, today we're looking at Need for Speed No Limits from EA. It's rated E for everyone, and it's a racing game with single player and multiplayer action. So what can we say about the Need for Speed franchise as a whole? This is one of the venerable driving game franchises of gaming, like almost there at the beginning. Going back to 1994 for the first Need for Speed game. During that 28-year period, there have been a plethora of Need for Speed games, nearly one a year. So there's a bunch of them out there. Now, some are great, some are not so good, and some are just mediocre, honestly. But there's something, I think, for every type of race fan. You'll have games for people who want more arcade type, less simulation, and you have some games that are more simulation and less arcade, and then you have some games that meet that middle kind of balance of arcade action and simulation. Now, the game that we're looking at today, Need for Speed No Limit, is more on the arcade side, honestly. And that's not bad, it's just, how the game is. As always, when we talk about games, I want to talk about graphics first, because graphics are usually the first thing that you see when you fire up a game. It's not the only thing that you consider, but because there are some games out there that don't have good graphics at all, but are great games. But the graphics for Need for Speed No Limit are honestly pretty nice. And not just nice for a mobile game. I'm talking about nice for any type of game on any console, any system that you can play in 2023. The visuals are crisp, detailed. The cars look like their real-world counterparts. They get a lot of the big things right. Is it photorealistic? No, it is not photorealistic. And if you're looking for that type of thing, I don't know if mobile gaming is the right medium for you, honestly. But these graphics are very nice. Now I will knock on, in my opinion, the courses. So the courses aren't as populated with other cars as I would like, as obstacles or as things to navigate around. It's very sparse. Like a lot of the tracks that I saw, there was like 2 or 3 other cars that weren't, other racers on the track. And some of the visuals on the tracks themselves were kind of generic. Not bad looking, but I didn't think that it was supposed to be racing in New York, racing in Tokyo. I don't think anyone was trying to make the most detailed depictions of these famous cities in real life. I don't think that was the objective, and it's certainly not met. But they're adequate. They get the job done. Not anything to write home about, but serve the purpose. They're good enough. Now, the next thing that I want to draw your attention to is the sound of this game. I love the soundtracks. I love the sound of the cars. To my ear, they sound distinctive, depending on the car that you're in. And it just sounds really fantastic. In that great sound enhances my immersion in these games. I would highly recommend, if you have headphones and you're playing on your mobile device, whether it be your tablet or your smartphone. No, I'm playing on a Galaxy Tab S8 and sounded phenomenal. Put in those headphones and I could just put me right into the game. It's a super nice experience on that front. I had no complaints. And it's loud and punchy and arcadey and just really, really sounds good. No complaints from me. I really enjoyed it. Now the gameplay. Now, as I alluded to earlier, the gameplay tries to balance between simulation and arcade. It's definitely more arcadey, but there are some nice touches. When you're using power slides and drifting, that mechanic is pretty well thought out, especially for touchscreens. And the races were relatively short, like 90 seconds or so per race. I felt as though I could sit for a few minutes in line somewhere, at the grocery store, at the DMV, pull out my phone, play Need for Speed No Limit for a few minutes, and have a substantial playtime. Just enough to play and finish and be in line and not be bored. And honestly, that's phenomenal design from the developer. This racing game is well put together, well designed for mobile devices. That mobile gaming experience is enhanced, and I just enjoy it. It's so good. Now I'm going to knock it just a little bit as far as gameplay and controls and things like that, because I couldn't use my controller with the game. I know a lot of times my complaint with touch controls is they tend to be less precise. And for more simulation games, I think that's valid. For the more arcadey games, it may be less valid. You don't need as much precision. But the game does do a good job with the controls available, and I had no problem with it. Now, as far as when we look at the graphics, the sound, the gameplay, and all of that, is this a good game? Is it a game that I recommend? I absolutely recommend this game. This game is a 9 out of 10 for me. It is so well put together. It is so well made. It is so fun. A lot of games, they forget to be fun. This game does not forget to be fun. Of course, you can, customize your cars, get new cars, go through missions to enhance your car, get new credits, and all of that. And of course, you can buy in-game currency, buy with real money, perform certain missions day to day. This is a game, if you like racing games, it will keep you coming back daily for that experience. It is a very tight gameplay loop that I think anyone can enjoy. Yeah, when you put it all together, this is a 9 out of 10 game. I highly recommend it. Download it now. Download it on your platform or device of your choice. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Thank you, gaming hobbyist and enthusiast, for watching this review. Please follow us on social media so you can see when we have reviews available. And also, if you'll be so kind as to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, the Cyber Games Mentor thanks you and appreciates you, and I hope you have a gamerific day.